Today, I'm going to teach you how to do mosaic crochet for the Mosaic Crochet Along. And I'm just going to show you a few rounds on how to do this technique. It is much easier than you might think. We're simply going to use this graph and two colors. So let's grab your project and let's get started. So for the Mosaic Crochet Along, once you made your circle, you need to crochet into the third loop. So I'm going to show you on a couple more stitches here how this is going to look like. I already started here so you can see how this is looking like. And once you're here and you see those two loops right here, right? You see the front loop, the back loop, and then right behind here, you see the third loop. So it's that one right there. It's literally right behind the back loop there. And you may have to kind of push your hook into it. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to get in, but once you're in, it's fine. And you're just simply making your single crochet right on top of there. So it is just one round of that. It just makes a nice clean edge. So just go through and make your single crochet. And that's it on this part. Now let's get into the mosaic crochet part of this crochet along. So it is actually a very short one. It's very easy. Trust me, it is easy. I'm going to teach you the easiest way to do mosaic crochet. And once you get that, you're going to really feel like you want to do more of that. Okay. So there are different techniques on how to do mosaic crochet, but I'm going to teach you this way. So the way it is worked for the graph is typically you will see X's on it, but not all graphs have X's on it, so be aware. And one more little tip, not every pixel graph is a mosaic crochet pixel graph, but every mosaic crochet pixel graph can be another one, like for tapestry, Tunisian, or something like that. So for mosaic crochet, you typically have one row or one round is one color. So there's no color transition happening within a round. It happens as an overlay, why it's also known as overlay crochet. So what that actually means is you're only using single crochet and double crochets, but the double crochet is also sometimes known as the mosaic double crochet because you actually go in two rows or two rounds down to the same color. Okay, so let me explain a little bit more in detail, and then I'll show you that in reality. So for example, here we have 3 rows or 3 rounds in just single crochet in white. So, and then we have in number 4, we have red. So you're just going to go and do red. Now, whenever you see no X, you're going to place a single crochet in a back loop only in the color that is mentioned at the front. Okay, so even though there is a red square over here, you're still going to do a single crochet in a back loop only. And then you're just going to do that for the entire row. That's all single crochets in white in the back loop only. One more little thing to notice, I marked the graph in with black lines, which shows you the repeat amount. Okay, so it's actually 12 columns here, even though it shows 13, but the first one doesn't count because that just shows you what color you're using. So it is 12, and we're doing that entire thing 4 times, which means we have 48 stitches per round. So you're repeating this entire section 4 times per round. Okay, so which means you're doing in round 4, it's all red, single crochet in a back loop only. Round 5 is in white, but all in one single crochet in a back loop only. So even though you're seeing red over here, you're ignoring that, okay? Because it doesn't have an X. So when it doesn't have an X, you're just simply going to do one single crochet in a back loop only. But in this case, in number 5, it's all white, even though there's a red one. Ignore that it's a red one. It's all in white. So why is this red though? Because in round 6 is the first time you're using a mosaic double crochet. So what does that actually mean? That means you're going to place a double crochet 2 rows or 2 rounds down. And because this is an overlay, it turns this red. Okay, even though you didn't crochet this part and already crocheted in white, but because you're overlaying that double crochet, it makes this red. Okay, so that means you have a front loop left over here, right? Because we made everything in the back loop only, you have a front loop left over. You're going to use that front loop to make a double crochet. Then over here is a single crochet in the back loop only again. So anytime it's a single crochet, so a blank pixel, it's in the back loop only. So single, 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 and here's a double down. Single, 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 double down. Okay, and that's all done in red. The entire round is made in red. Okay, so just whenever there is an X, you're going down 2 rounds. So let me now show you how this really looks like when we are working this graph. So now I have 3 rounds of white. One of them was in the 3rd loop behind the V, and the other 2 are in the back loop only. So that's 3 rounds. Then I did 2 more rounds, one in this purple and then one in white. So why did I do that? Is because here it's just red right here. I mean, red, purple, right? I should just call everything red. Anyways, they're all in a single crochet in the back loop only. There's no double crochets. There's no X's here. Round 5 is exactly the same thing, just in white. There's no X's, okay? Even though there's red spots right here, there's only single crochets in the back loop only. So that is what I did. But I want to show you really quick how I do the connection, okay? I don't do a typical slip stitch. So what I do is I take out my loop from my hook. I go with my hook from the back to the front through the first stitch. I'm going to grab my loop and I'm pulling it back like so. All right. And so I'm just going to hang it there and let it drop. And now I'm picking up my other color. Okay. So I'm going through the same stitch that I just used for that slip stitch, the invisible slip stitch. So just let the white hang. I'm going through the back loop, pull that color through, and then adjust. I'm pulling my yarn here to adjust it accordingly so it's ready to go. And I'm going to make a chain. So now we actually need to look at our graph. So our first stitch shows a double crochet down. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I made a chain and we're doing a double crochet down to the same color. So simply yarn over and go through that front loop that's left over of that color. So that one right there. And then yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through once and yarn over, pull through twice. So now I made my double crochet. All right, so that's the mosaic double crochet. So the next 3 stitches are all done in the single crochet in the back loop only, all in that same color. So no white here. Okay, so let's do that. So 1, 2, and 3. By the way, anytime you do a double crochet, that white behind it is completely ignored. So just let it hang there, okay? So you're not using that. We're not adding stitches. So whenever you do a double crochet down, the stitch behind it is ignored. So now that means I made the single crochet in the back loop only in the next 3 stitches. So the next one is again a double crochet down. So I have an X over here, so I'm going double crochet down. So yarn over, find your stitch. So here's the white stitch and here's that colored stitch. So I'm going to go through that front loop, yarn over, pull through, and make a double crochet. So behind here is that stitch that we're going to ignore, that white one. So again, we have 3 stitches in a single crochet back loop only, and then a double crochet again in 3. So it looks like that this repeat here is 1 double crochet and then 3 single crochets in the back loop only, 1 double, 3, 1 double, 3, and so forth, all the way around the entire thing, because we're doing this graph 4 times. So let's do just that. Once you're at the end, you should finish with 3 single crochets in a back loop only. And now you're going to do a invisible slip stitch again. So go from the back to the front through that double crochet and pull your yarn through and then literally just drop it. And then you're going to pick up the white and pull it through the back loop of the double crochet. Then you adjust your yarn and chain 1, and then let's keep going with white. So what does the graph call for? So we did round 6 just now, so now we're on 7. So it's calling for 1 single crochet and then a double crochet 2 rounds down. So that's what we're going to do. So we start with a single crochet in a back loop only in our same stitch that we just made the chain. And now we're going to go down 2 rounds through that front loop of that white and make a double crochet. Now let's check what the graph says. We have 1, 2, 3 single crochet in the back loop only. So 1, 2, and 3. And then the graph calls for a double, a single, and a double. So let's do that. So a double, 2 rounds down through that front loop that's left over. Then a single crochet in the back loop only. And again, a double down. Then 3 single and a double. And then we start over. Now repeat that 4 more times all the way around, and we're starting to develop our pattern. Once you finished white, you're going to pick up the other color again, and then you're going to do round 8 and then 9 and so forth. So now you understand how you can do mosaic crochet with one color at a time, and you're doing double and single crochet stitches in order to create this pattern. Now keep on going and show it off once you've finished your project. I would love to see it. With this project, you can see mosaic crochet is much easier than you might think, and I hope you're really enjoying it. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I publish a new video or go live. I hope to see you next time. Until then, bye!